Welcome to Foodwise. Hi, I'm Joey. In today's video, we'll be sharing some of the methods we can use to reduce food waste, repurposing, substituting, and regrowing foods. These videos were created thanks to the City of Ottawa's Community Environmental Project Program. One of the things we talk about a lot is repurposing ingredients and leftovers. Ask yourself, what basic ingredients do I nearly always have at my disposal? Using your answers, try to make a list of some recipes you can make with these common ingredients. For example, if your list includes chickpeas, try searching for some recipes featuring them. This new list of basic recipes can give you some ideas on how to repurpose staple ingredients before they're cooked. But what do we do with the food scraps? There are so many possibilities, like reusing vegetable peels to make stocks, rehydrating stale bread and turning it into something savory or sweet like a bread pudding, blending herb stems into a chimichurri, or infusing oils with the herbs for flavor. One smart way to reuse your food scraps is by keeping a dedicated scraps container that accumulates during cooking. This container can be kept in the fridge for a day or the freezer for weeks. And once you've collected enough scraps, you can simmer them for broth, strain out your solids, and use it as a soup base. Another good source of food scraps is some grocery stores will also sell things like fish heads, trimmings, and bones. These scraps can be used to prepare the broth for another type of dish, like a traditional fish soup, with the extra bits of meat enriching the dish. After cooking, the head, tail, and bones can be strained out, while the little pieces of meat can make the broth and the soup hearty. In terms of cost effectiveness, a massive bowl of these trimmings, about 3 packages, would feed about 4 to 5 people, which costs about $12, the same price as a single fish fillet. It is also important to keep in mind possible substitution ideas that would be common recipe components that can be swapped for cheaper, more accessible ingredients that people often already have on hand. For example, swapping your store-bought vegetable stock for the scrap stock that you made that's already in your fridge. Some food scraps can even be regrown, like green onion. The ends can be placed in water to regrow roots and shoots on your countertop. Other items like potatoes or carrots can be regrown in a garden. In cases where you already have an ingredient but it's looking a bit sad or limp, there are many useful tips to rejuvenate old ingredients. For example, you can use an ice bath to crisp wilted lettuce or carrots. Now that we've discussed repurposing food scraps and ingredients, you might be asking, what do you do once you reach the end of a food's edible life? Here are a few ways that you can repurpose non-edible leftovers. For example, eggshells for compost, coffee grounds for body scrubs, tea bags as shoe deodorizers, dried pasta for arts and crafts are all ways to keep some of these items out of the landfills. When in doubt, composting benefits the environment and produces rich soil for regrowing foods. Some people even have in-home compost bins that they never even need to take outside. Thank you for watching, and I hope today's video on repurposing, substituting, and regrowing food has given you some food for thought. Feel free to leave any thoughts or questions in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video where we will be discussing the basics of food preservation. Thank you so much for learning about food waste reduction with me today. Bye for now.